Hey everyone, Richard Metal Fan here, bringing you guys an old school album review. And as you can see, I'm also have a new phone right now recording this. I got upgraded to an iPhone 8, which is awesome. But that's not what we're going to be talking about. We're talking about an old school album review. And today, this album turned 10 years old today, which came out, it's hard to believe this came out 10 years ago. And as you can see below the title, today we're going to be looking into Twilight of the Thunder God by Amon Amarth. This is the band's 7th album, released on September 30th, 2008 through Metal Blade Records. Now, Amon Amarth are one of my personal favorite bands. I've been a fan of these guys for quite some time. And like I said, I've pretty much enjoyed everything that Amon Amarth has ever done. I don't think they've ever released a bad album, in my opinion. And honestly, I feel like this album, along with their previous album that came before that with Odin on Our Side, I think this is pretty much one of Amon Amarth's best albums to date. And I feel like this band, I could say, are pretty much consistent to the sense like they still bring their brand of powerful Viking themed melodic death metal, and they don't really try drastically change from album to album, but they still manage to retain sort of like the same feel to it. And just the production on this album is just very rough sounding, just kind of similar to like Amon Amarth has done. Their other albums, I should say. The vocal work from Johan Hegg is just really great. Just like his growls and just his guttural screams and harsh vocals are just really great. One of the best vocalists I've heard. Guitar wise, Johan Soderberg and Olavi Mikkonen's guitar playing, it's just like the leads that they come up with, and just the shreddy stuff and riffs are just really great. Just almost brings to have that feel of Vikingness to Amon Amarth sound. The bass playing from Ted Lundstrom is pretty audible. You can definitely hear it, and the drumming from Fredrik Anderson is just superb. One of the best drummers Amon Amarth has had. But yeah, without further ado, let's dive into this album track by track. Now, the album opens up with the title track of the album, Twilight of the Thunder God, which is a fast and hard-hitting track that almost kind of reminds me of something from the song Cry of the Blackbirds from their previous album with Odin on Our Side. Just like the churning guitars create sort of like an epic, melodic, and powerful atmosphere, while the drums sort of like drives the rhythm along with sort of like the relentless double bass attack. And Johan Hegg unleashes this insanely monstrous roar that has never sounded better. And his growls have become a little bit lower on this album, but sort of like maintain the intensity and clarity that Johan is known for. And this song is a perfect way to start off this album. One of the best opening tracks that Amon Amarth has done. And then following with that is Free Will Sacrifice, which I think is a really good song. It's very mid-paced and also has like sort of like an ethnic atmosphere and features some memorable growl-along choruses, similar to the next track, Guardians of Asgard, which in my opinion is probably my favorite song on the album. And this is pretty much my favorite Amon Amarth song, period. It also features a guest appearance from Lars Petrov, I believe from Entombed. And yeah, it's just a really great song. Next song is Where Is Your God, which sees the band return to more of its speedy tremolo pick double bass, very similar to like the opening track, albeit with sort of like a darker tone to it. And the track rages along much like Acid Tour from the previous album. And the next few songs are similar to the first four, that they follow in sort of like the same aggressive but melodic formula perfected by the band. And the songs vary in tempo, but are always very intense and blood-pumping tunes. And then we go to Variags of Milklegard, which is another great song. I love it. Tattered banners and bloody flags are pretty much sort of like similar to that as well as like No Fear for the Setting Sun and The Hero, which like I said before, they just follow sort of like the same aggressive but melodic formula. And the biggest and best surprise on this album comes with the song "Live for the Kill," and the song ends with all of the components that make up the speedy Amon Amarth song, including some pounding double bass, searing rhythm guitar, and memorable lead guitar melodies. And the song comes off as another killer anthem, but after the guitar solo towards the end of the track, something happens, and the entire band stops playing for a new instrument is introduced for the first time in Amon Amarth's history. And it could be some cellos done by one of the best cello metal bands, Apocalyptica, and they come mimicking the lead guitar line earlier in the song, and I feel like that just pretty much as a wow surprise. And then the album comes to the close with the track "Embrace the Endless Ocean," which is nearly 7 minutes long, and it contains a variety of tempos. This is a perfect way to close an epic musical journey that evokes like the images of Vikings, Norse tales, longboats, and Ragnarok, which it was just pretty much introduced by this album cover. Now, overall, Twilight of the Thunder God is just another great addition to Amon Amarth's discography. Still one of their best albums to date. If I were to give this album a score, I definitely would give this a solid 9.5 out of 10. And it showcases sort of like some different things, but still retains sort of like the melody and sort of like the aggression that the band is known for. So yeah, that's my review of Twilight of the Thunder God. Guys, let me know in the comments what you guys think of the album, and since the album came out 10 years ago today. So thank you guys for watching. See you on the next video, and keep it metal.